Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, we're back at it. It's the Come Jesus podcast. As always, it's Felix Johnson. Today's going to be a little different. Now, it's not going to be a sad episode like the breakup episode. It's not going to be a happy episode like most of them. It's not going to be the Come to Jesus podcast as you know it. But we're going to be back more and more and more. Now, I know it kind of sounds like I'm ending the Come to Jesus podcast, but I'm not. I'm changing it. Things are going to be a little different around here. Things are going to be a little new. You know what I'm saying? I started this podcast because I had the money. I could buy a microphone. And I just wanted to entertain. That's my main goal for this podcast, is to entertain. Whether it be audio. My God. Whether it be audioly, is that a word? What's the word? Whatever. Whether it be through your ears or visually, or if you just know me and you're trying to support me, I appreciate it. I just wanted this podcast to be entertaining, and to me, it is, because I'm talking about artists and musicians and movies that I like. I'm bringing on guests: Lance Leo, The Martins, Kingsley, Kingsley, Niles Abston. I'm bringing on people that interest me because they're my friends, or I legitimately enjoy their art. In the cases of Lance and Niles, or I'm just trying to seek advice, and like I did mostly with Niles, and he's definitely gonna be back, ladies and gentlemen, 100%, ladies and gentlemen. Niles Abston is a legend in the making. You heard it here first. If you haven't heard it yet, I've been tweeting it. Niles Abston is going to be a legend. He's going, and if I could ride his coattails, look, Niles, if you're listening, can I ride your coattails? Let me ride your coattails all the way to the stratosphere, Niles Abston, because he's legitimately one of the most interesting people I've ever talked to. But I'm bringing on guests that interest me. I'm doing things that interest me. I'm doing things that are entertaining to me. But that's not, because I'm not here for an audience of one. I'm not here for an audience of Felix, which I'm not trying to please people, but I want to adapt. I want to change. I want to grow. I want this podcast to be as much me as possible. But I want people to also enjoy as much me as possible, which I think a lot of people enjoy a lot of me. I know that's selfish. I'm selfish. I'm selfish. I told somebody, I think it was my ex-girlfriend. I told her I'm selfish, I'm hypocritical, I'm manipulative, I'm an asshole, I'm all of that. But I think you'll find a way to love me. She didn't. That's fine. But my plan is not to say things that bring. Okay, no. Here's what I'm trying to say. My goal is not to please people with the things I say. It's to entertain them. You're sometimes when you're being entertained, it's not just because it's pleasing. Sometimes you're entertained by something that's horrifying. That's why the horror movie genre is so big. What's Scott's Tots? An episode of The Office, one of the cringiest episodes of all television. Hurt me to my core. Literally, when I go through The Office now, can't watch that episode. I watch all 240 episodes that there are, except for one. That's Scott's Tots. It hurts me. But it's entertaining. And I want people to, I mean, maybe not exactly that, like Scott's Tots or horror movies. I want people to be entertained. I want people to be entertained, and I think I can accomplish that with the things that I'm doing now with a little bit of tweaking. And that starts with you. Yes, you. You right now, whether you're listening in your car, in AirPods. Yeah, AirPods. We don't do that broke shit around here at the Come Jesus podcast. You or you're listening to your headphones, wired or not, listening on your phone, on your laptop. I'm here to entertain. I'm here for you. So, for ideas, for different stories, hit the CTJ podcast on Instagram at THECTJ PODCAST. Could you tell I was in the spelling bee in the 5th grade? Side note, I was in the spelling bee 5th grade. You want to know my word that got me out, though? I didn't win. Because the word that got me out, sanctuary. Sanctuary. I put an O in that bitch. Sanctuary. To this day, almost 10 years later, I still have no clue how to spell sanctuary. And I refuse to learn. I refuse to learn how to spell sanctuary. Because, look, I'm stubborn. I don't... Thank you. Because, look, thank you for laughing. Thank you. We'll get more into stuff like that. But I refuse to learn how to spell sanctuary. I refuse. Don't know why. Because I'm stubborn. And it's not even a thing to be stubborn about. It's not a thing to be like, like there can be thing like I'm never going to this place or I'm never eating this food. No, I'll never spell one word. Okay, hold on. Let's look up some synonyms to sanctuary. The good old thesaurus. How do you spell? That's how you spell thesaurus. Thesaurus. All right. Now, I'm going to give you my best guess on how to spell sanctuary. S-A-N. Here's where it gets tough. Sanctuary. See? Sanctuary. SANCTUARY. Hey, look. Come to Jesus podcast. The 7.5. Ladies and gentlemen, I know how to spell sanctuary. That's not the right one. Ladies and gentlemen, I know how to spell sanctuary. I know how to spell it. All these years, I've known how to spell sanctuary. I just didn't want to. Sanctuary. But the synonyms, I don't like them. Altar, shrine, temple. Okay, I like temple. Noun, church, holy or holiest room or area in religious building. Sanctuary. It's not even in my vocabulary. It's not in my vocabulary. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you why. Not a damn clue. Anyway. But hit the podcast up on the CTJ podcast on Instagram. Let me see how many followers it's got right now. Let's see where it's at. Yeah, I'm on Snapchat. What you gonna do about it? Keep listening. That's what you gonna do. Yeah. Yo, sitting at 12 followers. On the Come Jesus podcast. And Yeah. 12 followers, 12 posts. But go follow the Come to Jesus podcast. Follow me at I am Fifi on Instagram. IAMFEFE. Spelling bee biatches. But and then the podcast email address. Podcast email address is the Come to Jesus podcast, all one word, at gmail.com. THECOMETOJESUS the Come to Jesus podcast on Gmail. Hit me up with story ideas, things you want me to talk about, what you want to hear me talk about. Whether if you have a request, if you have something to say about the last podcast, hit me up. Because this podcast is for and by the people. Well, for and by Felix. Again, I'm selfish. I'm going to take 100% of the credit. I promise you. When I get famous, I swear it's going to be. Thank you. This was 100% me. This is 100% my effort. This is 100% me. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I really appreciate it. 100% me. No, I'm kidding. But the 7.5 is a joke because there are people that are out there continuously supporting, they're following the Instagram, they're doing all that. And whether it's 7.5, real life 7.5 people or not, or whatever it is, the podcast is growing. It will grow. I'm speaking it. Not only is it a prophecy, I'm speaking it into existence. This podcast will grow 100%. This podcast will grow. I promise you. I'm telling you now. The podcast will grow. And if you're listening now, if you're watching now, being a part of this, it's going to be something special. You're going to look back, and for good or bad, you're going to be like, I was here at the beginning. I was here at the start. And me saying that I was going to take 100% of the credit is 100% a joke because it is for and by you. We are FUBU out in this bitch. FUBU. For you, by you. For us, by us. The us is black people. FUBU. The BET of clothing. But I'm doing shit that I enjoy. I'm doing shit that I enjoy. I'm doing shit that entertains me. I'm trying to figure out ways to bring more people to listen to the podcast. And it's gonna include doing more stuff like YouTube wise and collaborating with other people. I'm trying to figure that out now, just in my own head. But I'm busy. I'm incredibly busy. I'm not trying to make an excuse for anything. But I've got football. I've got class, and I'm an RA. And if you didn't know, I'm the digital content coordinator for Hutchinson Community College Collegian, the newspaper here at my college. And so my plate's full with that, and I came up with an idea this week that would take up a lot more of my time than it already is right now. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this because if everything can fall away in this I can focus 100% on the podcast, and the podcast was actually grew and blew up because of all the effort that I put in. Nothing would make me happier. Nothing would make me happier. I am telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it would not make me happier than to know that this podcast is becoming something. Because right now, it's something. It's something right now. But it can be greater. Excuse me. I burped it a little. But it could be something greater. I was telling my mom earlier, she goes, it's okay to be okay. Yeah, it's fine to be okay. But when I know that I can do more, and there's something, this is what I told her. When I know I can do more, I want to do more. going to do more. I want you to know that, ladies and gentlemen, 7.5, everyone that's listening, I want you to know I'm going to do more. And you are a part of it. You are a part of, you're not only just a part of it, you're not just the consumer. You can also be a part of the creation. Be a part of the creation of this content. And I'm going to figure out different ways moving forward. I tweeted out today or yesterday, I can't remember. My life's going to change in December. For better or for worse. It's going to change. But I really think, really, really, truly, honestly believe that this right here, this me on the microphone and bullshitting and writing down things that I find interesting is going to be something. It's going to be something. I can't wait for it. Oh, it's beautiful. And I could see what it can be. I could see what it's going to be. And I can't wait. I really can't wait for this to be something. I know I've said it a lot before, but this, I told someone, they asked me, hey, Felix, what are you about to do? I said, I'm about to go have my State of the Podcast address. And usually the president at his State of the Union, his or her, we'll get a her pretty soon. Him or her, he or her, I don't know. They, let's be all inclusive. Not just men or women, or everything in between and outside. Let's go. Come on, we inclusive out here at the Come to Jesus podcast. Let's go. But president, they'll talk about their accomplishments and what they plan to do. And right now, at this State of the Podcast address, don't have a lot of accomplishments. This will be episode 17, right? Yep, episode 17. That's about the only accomplishment. And that's fine. Because I don't have any notoriety. I'm an asshole who decided to start a podcast for no reason. For no reason other than I was bored. But moving forward, this is going to be beautiful, and I can't wait. So, hit the podcast email address up. Do all that good shit to make sure that you will keep coming back because there's not a lot of shows out there that are willing to get TV shows, movies, podcasts, comedians, whatever it is, YouTubers. They're not so willing. They're making guesses at what they think their viewers want. I want you to tell me what you want. Tell me what you want to talk about. Hit my email address. Follow me on Twitter. Felix R. Johnson. FELIXRJOHNSON. Felix R. Johnson on Twitter. I think that's it. Probably. Hit my podcast or hit my Twitter up. Tweet at me. DM me. Do all that. I'm here for you. So, moving forward, I think what I'm going to start doing is making shorter episodes of the podcast. Making more, they're not, because we live in a culture nowadays where things can only be taken so much at a time. And it's not different from things in the past. It's just how it is now. And we have to change and adapt to this world. Quibi tried. Fuck you, Quibi. No, don't fuck you. No, I'm sorry, Quibi. If I can have a job, Quibi, that would be cool. Quibi. But Quibi, if you don't know, is just like a streaming service with just 10-minute episodes, basically Netflix with only 10-minute episodes. That's all it is. And it's a big, huge step forward. So I'm only going to make the podcast. I'm only going to do it as long as I'm feeling it. You know what I'm saying? I'm only going to do it as long as, because I mean, I might have more things scheduled, more things to talk about, but if I'm not feeling it, it's going to show. You're going to hear it. You're going to see, you're going to understand. I'm not 100% involved in half the podcast if I lose it 30 minutes in. So right now we're sitting at almost 21 minutes. And I'm not about to cut it short because there's one big thing that I'm going to drop for those who loved it. We'll get to it in a moment. But look forward to shorter episodes of the Come to Jesus podcast, ladies and gentlemen. But then again, I might feel it for a whole hour. I might feel it for an hour and a half. I might feel it for 2 hours. I will not feel it for 2 hours. I'll tell you that one. I guarantee if I don't have a guest, I'm not going to feel it for 2 hours. Like, I can't stand. Like, right now I have headphones on and I can hear my own voice. I'm torturing myself right now. No, but I'm only going to make the episode as long as I deem necessary. And once I'm done, I'm done. So, the last thing on the agenda, and probably the most important thing. This episode is the official retirement of the soundboard. All that stupid little sounds in the first what? I haven't used it in a couple weeks, but all those stupid little sounds that I thoroughly enjoyed, but nobody else did. This serves as the official retirement ceremony for the soundboard. Just imagine we're raising a soundboard into the rafters, a jersey into the rafters. Just putting it up there for eternity. But this is the official retirement. Outside of what I have right here, like oh, that one's killer. Oh yeah, I like that one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that one all right. Outside of these 8 buttons that I have right here. Yeah, no, don't like that one. But outside of these 8 buttons right here, the soundboard is gone. And the podcast will just become things that I say. I'm going to say a lot of things over and over and just hope they become a part of the lexicon, a part of the Come to Jesus lexicon. But with that being said, I want for this to be the baseline. This will be the episode, Come to Jesus, episode 17, recorded September 16th, 2020. I want this to be the benchmark. I want this to be where we started moving forward. Yes, I said we, me and you, listening in your car, in your headphones, from your laptop, while you work out, while you whoop your kid's ass. I don't know what you're doing, but where we, me and you, the 7.5, where we move forward. Because I'm not stopping anytime soon. I don't give a damn. Not stopping anytime soon. And I really appreciate those who have reached out saying that they enjoy the podcast. The 6 people. There's 1.5 people and the 7.5 that haven't reached out to me. But that's neither here nor there. But I really appreciate those who have reached out. I appreciate you if you've been a guest on the Come to Jesus podcast, because I'm going to find people. I'm going to be giving people that I enjoy. But with that being said, this is the benchmark. God bless you. God keep you. We out.